Assalamualaikum everyone. Let's now discuss the solution step by step for exercise in subtopic 3.3. So we need to find the derivative of the following function. For question A, we have y is equal to sine of ln 3x. In this case, it combines all the three functions that you have seen in this chapter, which is exponent, log, as well as trigo. So we need to be careful when we are differentiating this kind of question. The tips that I can give you is to differentiate from outside to the inside. So what do I mean by this? We are going to take a look at the outmost function. So in this case, we have sine as the outmost function. So once you start differentiating this kind of function, you need to differentiate sine first. So we have differentiating sine give us cos, and the angle, whatever is inside, will stay the same. So cos ln 3x, and then we are going to differentiate our angle, which is ln 3x. And to differentiate ln 3x, if you recall, you have learned previously, we are going to get 1 over whatever inside, which is 3x, and then we are going to multiply by 3. So we can just cancel 3 and 3, and that will leaves us with the solution 1 over x multiplied by cos ln 3x. And that is our final answer. For the second question, we are given y is equal to e to the power of tangent x, and since we have exponent function here, we are going to differentiate that using the method that we have learned in 3.1. So dy dx will be equal to e power of tangent x. Just copy everything, and then we are going to multiply with the derivative of tangent x. So we have learned in the third subtopic, differentiate tangent x with respect to x will give us secant square x, okay, and then differentiating x will give us 1. So we just leave it at that, and we can rearrange, giving us secant square x e power of tangent x. As for the third question, we have y is equal to ln of e power of 3x minus cos x. Here, the outmost function is ln, so we need to use the method in differentiating log, and what we will have here is dy by dx is equal to, we have fraction, copy everything, e power of 3x minus cos x, and differentiating that will give us 3e power of 3x minus, differentiate cos x will give us negative sine x. So negative multiplied by negative, and we will then have 3e power of 3x plus sine x. Everything will be divided by e power of 3x minus cos x, and we can just leave our answer like that. So what if you are given y is equal to ln x over cos x? In this case, we need to use the quotient rule. So using quotient rule, we will then have u is equal to ln x and v is equal to cos x. And since we have two different functions here, be careful with the method. So this one u prime will be 1 over x, and my v prime will be negative sine x. Since this is quotient rule, our symbol will be minus. Putting into the formula, I will then have dy dx is equal to, please recall, the formula is vu prime minus uv prime. Everything will be divided by v squared. So I will now have cos x over x minus ln x multiplied by negative sine x, and everything will be divided by cos square x. So what I will do here, I'm going to simplify negative ln x multiplied by negative sine x, and I will also multiply everything, equate the denominator on my numerator. So I will now have cos x plus ln x sine x, and everything will be divided by x. And since I have another denominator there, I know that cos square x will be next to the x, so I will have cos square x here. And we can just leave that as our answer because we cannot simplify that. So for question E, you are given in the form of y is equal to cos ln x. Everything is raised to the power of 3. So please take note, this is actually the same as cos cube of ln x. But we are going to use this form, the one given in the question, to make it easier for us to differentiate. So how do we differentiate this? We are going to use power rule. Please recall what does power rule says. And so we will then have here dy dx is actually equals to 3 brings to the front, and we will then have cos ln x power of 2, and then we are going to differentiate whatever next, which is cos ln x. So here, if you realize, I still use the outmost function will be differentiated first, and then I'm going to move inside and differentiate cos. I will then have here, we just copy 3 cos ln x everything square. Differentiate cos will give me negative sign. The angle is still ln x, and differentiating ln x, d by dx of ln x will give me 1 over x, and from there we can just simplify. So what do? I just need to multiply 3 times negative 1 times 1 over x, and that will give me the final answer is negative 3 over x. And then we are going to rearrange the trigonometric function in increasing order. So I have sine ln x multiplied by cos square ln x, and that will be my final answer. So for the last question, you are given y is equal to e power of negative 4x times sine 4x. In this case, you have two different choices. First is to directly use product rule, and for the second one, you are going to have to make e power of negative 4x becomes a positive index, and then you can use the quotient rule. So in this case, I'm going to proceed with product rule. My u here will be the first function, and my v will be sine 4x. After that, we just need to find u prime and v prime. So differentiating e power of negative 4x will give me negative 4 e power of negative 4x, and differentiating sine 4x will give me 4 cos 4x. If we put into the formula for product rule, I will then have here dy dx is equal to v prime plus uv prime, and hence we will have sine 4x multiplied by negative 4 e power of negative 4x, and then plus e power of negative 4x multiplied by 4 cos 4x. After that, we are going to factorize. So which term is going to be factorized out? We will take 4 e power of negative 4x outside, since both terms have the same 4 e negative 4x. So then we can rewrite the next row as 4 e power of negative 4x is multiplied by negative sine 4x plus cos 4x. So here I can just change e power of negative 4x into a positive index. So I will have 4 times cos 4x minus sine 4x, and everything is divided by e to the power of 4x. We can just leave a 1 so like that. Thank you.